All right, y'all, what's happened? It is Wednesday, October 5th. It is Bookmap Wednesday, baby. Overall here, we are watching for how this market's going to respond. We had a tremendous amount of red overnight, and of course, not only have they bought it up, they've gone 130 points higher on NASDAQ and about 20 points higher in the S&P. We have a little liquidity remaining, 25,775. Overall, though, an incredibly light liquidity market. Very light. We had a tremendous amount of liquidity come on and off the books lately. Today, though, not the same. Very light. You could call it liquidity for ants today. The S&P has a little bit coming on down to 67.97. We have call buying is going back and forth. So they bought 1.1 billion in calls. They sold off 1.3 billion. Now they bought back another 800 million. So there's back and forth call buying, call selling today. There's not too much activity in puts. So it's a call day today. So we are just waiting. Just waiting. Can anyone point me in the direction of how to find levels? I've been here for a few years. I used to have the indicator on TradingView, but I used to take it off. Now I can't find anything. Yeah, I'll post it for you. There you go. All right. So CES has incredibly light liquidity, but right now the biggest closest level is down here to 6,800, which is 20 points down. We have a main SR flip. Did I answer your question, Mojo? I don't know if you're here or not on Bookmap, but yeah, this SR flip is going to be the main level to look at right here. Sweet. So that'll be a massive obstacle for the buyers to get, but we'll see. Thank you. Reset Bookmap link. Other one didn't work. Yeah. Copy. There you go. Can't remember who had the indicator before, but some other names besides. Yeah, he changed his name. The guy that made it changed his name. I noticed that too, but still on there. Good dude. Here's the 5-minute chart. Not looking all great. We have this back and forth crap. I haven't even taken a freaking trade because this is just disgusting. Close times a couple of times, but yeah. I'm sticking to my guns of what I said a couple of days ago, is that I'm going to be doing a lot less until I get comfortable with market conditions. So we're going to see. Are we back? We're back, baby. What's up, Ryan Brown? How you doing? Topic. I'm sure it'll blast you. F-16 National Guard are out today. The roar is fantastic. I love the F-16. It's my favorite aircraft. That and the A-10. I go back and forth, but F-16 is probably my favorite aircraft. It's beautiful. It's like a little Hornet. Or I guess you could say a Falcon. When we had a buyer buy 39.85 lots at 68.20 and then 17.65, they would 3 lots. No, it doesn't really matter all that much. No. You're correct. How you doing? I'm doing great, thanks. What is that noise? $68.27. This looks like absorption for a higher pop. They are selling the crap out of some puts too. So buying calls, selling puts. That's a recipe for disaster if you're trying to short. I'm just telling you. This looks like absorption price action on the 5-minute. Once we take out this, we'll be looking for 68.44 to 68.50. I'm just watching closely. Liquidity is light. 7,800 CVD positive and increasing. The dollar index climbs to a 5-month high. $68.28. There we go, new high. 68.30. There it is. As long as, like I said this morning, as long as that guy passes the competition, I'm going to hash out some clear framework for our next competition, and we'll start another one. So y'all be ready for deets. For deets. Interesting. Glock 17 for 380. Sweeping top wick. Wish I had the feed, but my original hard drive burned out randomly and I lost a lot of footage. An A10 flying over OP to smack the... Oh, yeah. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful sound, Jonathan. It does look a little increasing wedgy. 1.1 billion in calls, 330 million sold puts. We're just going. If I'm going to even consider shorting anything, it's got to be very confident. Otherwise, long biased until otherwise stated. All right, 68.30 still going. We have liquidity up to 37 on book. We have 1.1 billion in call buying, 300 million in put selling. So put selling, call buying, plus not to mention liquidity pull higher. It's a recipe for bullishness. No shorting until you see a strong 3C. Let's go take a look at gold. Gold, beautiful volume, beautiful high volume bottom wick on the 5-minute. Multiple higher highs, and looking for the high of the day for gold. Yeah, buddy. I got my Glock 17 for $300. Nice. Just want to say again, your macros are still amazing in this mess. Oh, thanks, Nancy. I appreciate it. It is pretty fun to watch those things do what they do. I'm glad you're liking them, getting some value out of them. All right, still chilling up here. There's no selling. We're just waiting. We are just waiting. Meta is up 1.7, Google's up 2.5, AVGO's up 3.5, Nvidia's up 1.5. Microsoft and Apple and Amazon are both red. Microsoft is dumping, but everything else is just rocket ships, baby. 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10 S&Ps are green, 4 are red. We got Y is red, P is red, U is red, real estate is red. Bonds are red, yields are green. DXY is at the 5-month high. Very boring price action. Just tuned in. Did you get it at 9:45? Nope, I didn't get in. Did not get in, unfortunately. We had a lot of fun the first 15 minutes, and now it's been pretty back and forth. It does appear we're going to go higher first, at least. Today's zero gamma is SPX 6800 pin. I don't track GEX anymore, individual GEX levels, so I couldn't speak to that. The overall exposure today is up to 6830 and down to 6720. So I don't know. This is the first time seeing SR levels. Very nice. Oh, nice, Fritz. Yeah. Glad you enjoy it. It's working really well. S1 today worked beautifully. Usually they work pretty well. All right, here coming up, 727. Looking for a higher pop. So preliminary comments on the crash. Left engine had a 2-hour maintenance delay before the aircraft took off. The engine fell off the airplane during the takeoff roll. I wonder how much of that is accurate. That's terrible. Maintenance is going to get creamed if that's the case. All right, still no movement here. We're just top wicking all over the place, holding 700. Gold is still holding the highs. ES is top wicking like crazy on the 5-minute. Let's go to the 15. We have multiple top wicks on the 15 as we go higher. Very slow, very quiet price action here. I would love to hit that SR flip. Boeing bolts are optional. Love it. little bit of red, dropping back over. I want to see this month as a 2-bar reversal red. Well, it's a process, man. Anytime there's a major shift in macroeconomics or in macro conditions, I think it's a better term. You have to be very, very patient, and there has to be lots of writing on the wall. And if we can get multiple time frame continuity, that would be extraordinary. You know, right now the weekly we have an aggressive top wick with a large doji, which the volume is yet to be seen. We are halfway through Wednesday, and we're already at half the weekly volume, so we're right on track to either match or slightly increase last week's weekly candle. The monthly, of course, would be a process. You know, October started out obviously very red. We all knew that, but it ended pretty dang bullish. So there's a lot of this freight train to slow down if you're looking for a reversal. Other than that, man, you know, more of the same. More of the same. Every single red attempt so far has been aggressively bottom wick to go higher. It's just tackling fuel for higher prices. You're welcome. What's that, J-Dog? Call activity is pretty aggressive today. We're now down to 568 million, but we are just dead flat. So I'm perfectly fine with just kind of chilling today. Today's more of a placeholder day for me. I woke up with a pretty big adrenaline dump, which was good. When I woke up, my alarm went off for my front camera of my property, and I checked the camera and it showed that 2 dudes with headlamps were walking into my driveway. So I grabbed my weapon, I get in the side-by-side, I haul butt to the front of property, which takes me a few minutes, just as they were pulling out. Turns out it was an Amazon delivery guy delivering at like 3:45 in the morning. Like, this dude's on it. Didn't even know we had an Amazon package delivered, and what are they doing delivering at 3:45 in the morning? Luckily you didn't kill him. Well, I would never brandish an firearm unless I had reason to. That's just a precaution, you know. I wouldn't just start blasting people for stepping on the property. But when you see 2 dudes get out of a car with headlamps and start walking into your driveway, it's like, all right. It's weird. You like living in California? Good. Yeah, there you go. You're about to have a great time if it wasn't. Heck yeah, man. Never point your weapon at anything. That's right. Yeah, you never brandish a firearm unless you plan on using it, 100%. But safety is good. They deliver super early here too. I see them when they're walking out their dog. Yeah. Getting after it, man. $25,700. When does it get dark for a large period of time there? Summertime we have what? Like 27 hours of darkness. It's good. It's generally third-party deliveries dropping packages before their regular job. Yeah. That's an Amazon Flex shift. Side gig work. Yeah. All right, a little bit more red. So we'll see here. We'll see. Coming on down. Two dudes. That's what threw me off. Two dudes with headlamps threw me off. So it was only just like a small package. So, you know, not to mention I was not expecting an Amazon delivery. $690, $689. Still rolling off. Sounds like something from a movie. Well, it could have been. Weeks ago, I got awakened by the alarm outside. It was a doe walking in my backyard. Oh, yeah. Sounds delicious. So we're starting to trickle back down. We had a high volume spike at the 941 candle with a double top wick, and now we're just kind of downshifting just a touch. Just a touch. They are starting to build a liquidity position here at 6,800. You see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 additions. It's still overall light, but it's the biggest exposure on the books, and they are adding to it. So keep an eye on the 6,800 position. Don't forget the guys selling the ropes. That's right, pure socialism, baby. Two dudes deliver one package. Yep, two dudes, one package. It's no good. No good. Sounds like a horrible pack, yeah. Yep, it's terrible. Give me something. I don't know. Nvidia new high, Microsoft new low. Yeah, Microsoft is getting creamed. Nvidia's rocket ships, the golden child. AVGO rocket ship. Amazon's down, Apple's down, Microsoft getting roasted. What happened to Microsoft? What's their chart look like? Man, Microsoft's getting creamed. No bounce after earnings, too. Yeah, Microsoft is coming up to critical support. Interesting. Big old bottom wick. I don't know what to tell y'all, man. A little boring today. I apologize. Didn't take advantage of much. Just doing a lot of chit-chat. 6,800. They're adding even more to 6,800, so keep an eye there. Right now, NASDAQ has 25,775. There was another 948 live buy lot at 69.25. Any thought on all these large buys? At 69.25, like up higher. I don't see it. 68.25. Well, right now, relatively, the big stuff is at 6,800. So anything until then is not going to catch my eye really. The biggest exposure that I'm seeing here, which one of the ways I utilize Bookmap is through skew and management. And 6,800 right now is pinging to be the largest amount of exposure. And here we are, another red sweeping candle. They keep on dumping into this high price. So buyers are on the clock. The buyers have got to transact and hold 68.30, otherwise they're going to lose it. We're chilling today. It's not Jonathan. Yeah. It's a typical midweek, mid-Wednesday adult lull, and it usually happens. That's okay. Wow. 74 degrees, clear skies. Monday, it's a high of 39. Man, Alaska's going to get cold. Wintertime, baby. Bottom back up. Back and forth. Remember, we do have a Trump speech today, 1 p.m. Eastern. 2 hours. I'm sure we'll blast off that. We'll attack that 68.40, 68.50 mark. We'll take a look. Most important speed. Yep, big cold front coming for the U.S. I got a high of 74 on Saturday, high of 48 on Sunday. Yeah. Florida is issued a falling iguana. Can I track this sharp move up on the 10-year? Yeah, I've been paying attention to it. Like the bonds have been trickling down this week, and yields have been rocketing. But the bonds are still holding just under 90. The yields have been on a steady decline for a while now. Although now they're starting to put on a huge move up. The dollar's at the newest highest price in a while. So the financial markets are starting to do a little shaking out here. Can you look at my trade from yesterday? Meta at 11.35, decent volume. Yeah. Higher wick got in soon after. 11.35 yesterday. Let's see. You got in 11.35, which is there. So you got in here, is what you're saying. Let's take a look. Decent volume, higher wick got in soon after, started grind down and got up for a small loss. I didn't see a higher high here. So we had a very small uptick in volume, but I didn't see a higher high. So, not to say it was a terrible entry. I don't judge. I don't blame you. There could have been a worse entry. I just didn't see the third C higher high, and it failed lower. Even these two candles here went higher, but they didn't close. They just immediately got whacked. Which at sometimes, like I said, it is good to play without confirming on the 3C, but you need the 4th C to get in on that, which is more location. So if I'm going to play a front run, I need a little bit lower, possibly 62.6. Other than that, I need to wait. Not to mention the volume was not that light. This is what you want to see for volume. This, we had not much volume coming in. So, Monday morning quarterback, of course, everything is clear in hindsight. What I recommend you do is take the replay and go back and look candle by candle without all the right side of the chart and see how it looks. But I would definitely demand a higher degree of volume in the future. Another bottom wick on NASDAQ looking to go higher. 5 minutes Wick City. Yeah, it's Wick City, but it's mostly bottom wicks for now. So we'll see how this is going to play out. ADP data is a welcome surprise. Interesting. Does that make sense, June? $25,750. There we go. Here's the move. This should get us above here. This was all this absorption. These multiple attempts to go lower bottom wicks, that's absorption for more inventory. And they're going to take this out, and we'll start our next leg up. Right here. If they can close it. Terrible. I see gold was a 3C. It was, yep. Gold continues to be the best trade of the week, man. The past 2 weeks now, gold's been fantastic. It's from terms of clarity and setups, it's beat everything else nearly every day. It's great. Caught the small scalp. Nice. Exactly. Yeah. Did you end up checking your system restore? I took out the 3C. I looked at it when you said it yesterday, but I haven't dived into it yet. I'm gonna have some extra time this week. I intend on giving it a shot. 68.21. Hit my goal in one account, decided to stay in the market a little longer on the other express. Got my PP wrecked. Looking for one account waiting. Well, there you go. See, another argument for not copy trading. Good stuff. For gold, I've learned it doesn't matter which direction we're moving in. A high volume spike will occur to 2 to 3 times a day. Just need to wait. I love it. It's been working great, man. Could you share hero? Yeah, and we still have 20 minutes, but right now we have 510 million of calls purchased, 372 million of puts sold. Yeah, the bulls. Yep. Open up 5 times my position size by the time I realize I need to refresh my web page and the PP. Oh man. Yeah, I've done stuff like that before. It's terrible. I get it. A little bit more red. Where's Chris at? His Iron Condor should be doing great. Great. A little bit more red. $68.20 and still holding. Now just sad, yeah. When you showed it on your screen, it looked different. 11.4. Because 11.20 reflective higher volume. Interesting. Still downtrending here. NASDAQ still waiting. Couple of top wicks. Can't get through this higher high, of course. You need 677 to get the lower low for a downside. They're buying a bunch of puts here on the downside. Bottom wick back up, of course. Can't get through that lower low right here. That's your lower low for low prices. After trading gold for several weeks now, when we see this continued decline of volume at this rate and this move, we're usually ready for a direction change. Yeah, I like it. This is pretty awful. High volume bottom wick right there. What do we got? Fantastic day to go outside and do something different. That's my official financial advice for you. We have jobs. Me too. Me too. Hey Frumple, we have this channel here if you like, so we don't have to keep posting that in the chat channel. We have our newsfeed channel there. My eval was great. My live account didn't. What happened was different. Coming on to the 25,675 right here. This is the prior lows. We have 213 million calls and 103 million in puts. We have liquidity down to 6,800, and we have this lower low that's finally about to be breached, at which point it'll get us a nice test of the SR flip at 643, and then on down. So back and forth. I'm looking to absorb here. Close 39.94 and target 4,000. Nice. I look forward to seeing it, Kennedy. Good stuff. Gold's fantastic. 61. What we have? I like that liquidity sweep there. I like it. Top wicks back over. I don't try to trade them at the same time. I always seem to choose the wrong time for my eval. Today I traded the eval account first and got a nice long. When I switched to the eval, it was back and forth nonsense. You know. Well, I mean, the 3Cs are still playing out. It's just taking a long freaking time. High volume top wicks. The market stopped. The morning stopped being bullish on the initial high volume top wick here. Right there. And then it's been, you know, it's noted the high. It's just, it's taking forever to get the lower low. Still dropping back over here. Trying to. 1 minute is definitely looking lower low. The 5 minute is here. I'm not on stream, but I'm seeing some puts being bought. Am I seeing anything? Yes. It's crazy to me that for an eval on minis, they let you do up to 60 contracts. Really? Who's that? You know why? I mean, you know why they do that. 60 contracts? I mean, I thought it was limited to 10, but I've never even tried to do 60 contracts. You're talking about 60 micros? I don't know, it's weird. Well, you have some people on stream asking about software. I don't see it. I'm on my YouTube stream. I don't see anything about software. Huh. I mean, I'm on the stream now. I don't see those comments. Let's see. That's weird. Bottom wick back up. All right, 7 more minutes here. Apologize for being so boring, but it's just been a lot of back and forth. And I don't like getting wrecked. I like money. So I'm chilling. Chilling. Still going, 701 and climbing. Blasteroni. All we had to do is play micro trendline bounces on gold. Yeah. Yeah, gold's been way cleaner. I regret not focusing more on gold today. Big time. Gold is super clean. I'm tired of Blasteroni with cheese. Yeah, you meet both, man. Did you by chance listen to that video in here yesterday about patience in trading? I did not. Repost it. I'll take a look at it. NASDAQ blasting again from 660 to 720. And up we go. Almost new high of the day for NASDAQ. And that should pretty much ensure that I'm not taking a single trade today. There we go, 740. Looking for the next high on ES and NASDAQ. ES just hit that new high, and I would anticipate this SR flip on ES after that. They just went from 200 million in calls to 1 billion in calls. I mean, they piled into 0 DTEs there and went exponential. So once again, 0 DT calls running the market. There you go, straight up. Straight up. Yeah, it flipped click. I mean, they piled into it in the last 4 minutes. They put on 1 billion in calls. Crazy. They couldn't even come close to that 6,800 liquidity. Yet. Yeah. All right, we'll come to the end of the stream here. Any questions? I don't know if there should be any. I haven't done much. So overall here, they're not even trying to sell anything off for top wick. So I got to expect that they're going to fill that 68.44 to 68.50 SR flip. If you're unfamiliar with what I'm saying, zoom out and you'll see exactly what we're talking about here. So this is the main liquidity level on the books, the little flip zone. If they take that, I would expect a complete recovery. But yeah, right now they're just bottom wicking everything. We've been on the bull train since 10 o'clock last night, as per the normal playbook, and we'll go from there. Today's a very important candle for the bulls, but I have faith in them. You're welcome, Jonathan. Appreciate you, buddy. What is that thing on the top left? That is Bookmap. So this right here is the Bookmap heat map that shows the live order flow in a visual representation of the heat map. The darker the red, the more dense the liquidity is there, which usually leads to market movement. Bulls. I'm done. I'm probably done for the day as well. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that Magabagouli video. Look at that mixture. What's up, Steven? Just saw your messages, buddy. Hope you're doing good. 68.30 is holding, coming up right here. Once we take this out, retesting the morning high, off to the races. Massive, massive recovery. The unfortunate part of the 9:45 waiting zone for me is that when they do this blast off in the first 15 minutes and then pin flat, it ends up me pretty much doing nothing because there's not a lot of clarity to be involved in here. So there you go. That's what we're doing. That is what we are doing. That was a bit of a learning curve for me, is balancing the idea of opportunity cost by not taking trades with realizing the quality setups are less likely to show up. Hey, that's a fantastic sentiment. And taking true setups in my process narrowed down. Yep. Understanding that there's not a setup every day is a massive maturity zone. And I love it. I become obsessed with doing nothing. Because guess what? Regardless of how aggravated I get on not taking a position, it beats big time getting destroyed on trying to force a position. I'd much rather do nothing than do something and get wrecked. Love it. Love it. Once I realized that, I learned your patience was a skill and not a lack of experience. You'd be like, why am I here if you're not taking trades? There you go. I appreciate the feedback, but yeah. All right, y'all, we are past 11:30 here, so I have to call it a day. If you have any questions, hit me up. Come join the server. Chill out with us. Otherwise, I will see you all bright and early tomorrow morning for probably another massive bull candle. So hope you have a good rest of the day. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm out. See you.